Welcome back to the Crypto World channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now the Bitcoin price is currently consolidating above this very important price level, and also in the RSI and the MACD, something interesting is forming right now. And believe it or not, we actually saw all of this play out just 1 month ago. So in just a moment, I'll be going over my next Bitcoin price targets and what I expect Bitcoin to do next alongside my Bitcoin strategy. I'll also be quickly updating you guys on the Bitcoin order books, the Bitcoin funding rates, and the crypto fear and greed index in this video. So make sure you're watching all the way to the end so that you're not missing out on all of this valuable information. And just before we jump into it, make sure to drop a like on the video down below. And if you're new to the channel, you might as well subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on for more videos just like this one. And as always, I really do appreciate all of your support on the channel at the moment. I can't thank you guys enough. But anyway, with that out of the way, let's get straight to what this video is about. So right here, we're on the Bitcoin US dollar chart on the 4-hour time frame. And as you can see here, obviously we had this previous falling wedge pattern that broke out to the upside, and the technical price target for this falling wedge was simply the top of the wedge coming in at around 47.4k. We hit that price target, and obviously since then the price of Bitcoin has had a little bit higher, and right now we have actually flipped that into support. If you're looking carefully just here, the price came back down and actually saw a bounce along that previous resistance level just there to actually confirm that as support once again. So this is a great sign to see in the short term. Anytime we have previous resistance and we break above it and flip it into new support, that is obviously a bullish sign. But of course, we can't just look at that alone. There's a lot of other things on the chart that we need to pay attention to. For example, bringing out the Fibonacci retracement tool from this high at around 53,000 down to that capitulation low at around 42.8k. As you can see here, we've actually got the golden pocket, the 61.8% Fibonacci level, starting at around 49,000 US dollars. That is one of the most important Fibonacci levels out there because it is the Fibonacci level that we most commonly see reversals at. I'm not saying that we're definitely going to see a reversal at that golden pocket just there, because obviously nothing is guaranteed in these markets. But with that being said, it is very strong resistance for the Bitcoin price that we need to actually break above in order to flip much more bullish again later on. By the way, the top of the golden pocket, which is the 65% level, ends at around 49,500. So after we start breaking above 49.5k up towards 50k, that's how you know we're getting above the golden pocket. And then what we'll need to see is, first of all, some volume coming in here to back up that move, and also preferably if we can actually flip that golden pocket into new support like what we're doing right now with this 47.4k level, then that would be amazing to see. And if that's the case, if we get above the golden pocket, then the next target is around 50.7k. That's the 78.6% Fibonacci level. Anything above that, I'll be looking towards around 53,000. But as of right now, I would certainly not be opening a new long position for as long as we're below the golden pocket just there. Because right now, after we have already seen this bullish price action and with this major resistance above the price, you would simply be taking on too much risk to enter a new long position at these sort of prices. Now, once again, that doesn't mean that we're going to be heading to the downside or anything. If you're looking on a new long position opportunity, it would simply be safer if we can confirm a break above the golden pocket, or if you're entering at some much lower prices after more of a pullback. And on top of all of that, what we're seeing right now in the RSI and the MACD here, at least on the 4-hour time frame, is they are starting to cool off a little bit just in the immediate short term. So for example, the RSI reached almost overbought areas just before we started pretty much heading sideways here, and the MACD is getting close to a bearish cross. We haven't seen a bearish cross just yet, but I'm just letting you guys know that we could be in for a little bit of a short-term cool-off. Now, that could just be some sideways consolidation, because now taking a quick look at an area on the chart that we saw only last month, where the price back then was doing almost the exact same thing as what we're doing right now. As you can see back here, this was during around the middle of August. The Bitcoin price, first of all, was forming this falling wedge pattern, and then we broke out to the upside as expected from a bullish pattern. And then of course, as we were breaking out to the upside here, the RSI and the MACD were trending to the upside as well, carrying the price forward. And then the RSI reached almost these overbought areas, the top of this purple band just here, when the price actually started just topping out, at least in the immediate short term. And then we entered this little sideways consolidation for around 2 days. And then we had one last little push to the upside before a little bit more bearish price action over the next few days. And that bearish price action that came next was also spotted by the RSI starting to head to the downside before the price even started to head to the downside, and also in the MACD as well. Here on the 4-hour time frame, we actually saw a small bearish cross just here before the price even really flipped bearish. So once again, the RSI and the MACD are great indicators to tell us what could potentially happen sometime soon. And what's very interesting about back then as well, only last month, once again, if you're measuring the technical price target for this falling wedge pattern that we saw around a month ago, which is the top of the falling wedge, putting that horizontal line just here, as you can see, we broke out to the upside. We actually hit the price target, but we pumped a little bit higher to begin with, and then we flipped it into support. We started consolidating sideways just above that technical price target out of that falling wedge. And once again, that was the exact moment that the RSI here on the 4-hour time frame reached the top of this purple band. Now looking at the current price action for Bitcoin, as you can see here, we broke out to the upside out of this falling wedge pattern, hit the technical price target, we broke a little bit above it, now flipping into support as we're starting a sideways consolidation, and also as we reach the top of this purple band in the RSI, and as we are also getting close to a bearish cross. Now obviously, once again, as I just said earlier, this bearish cross is not confirmed just yet, but we're simply showing a lot of signs in the chart to exactly what happened around a month ago. So if this simply plays out like what we saw back then, we could expect maybe one more little push to the upside like what we saw back then once again before some more bearish price action. And that one little push to the upside could potentially be up towards around 49 to 49,500, which is exactly where that golden pocket is. So essentially in the immediate short term, I actually don't expect too much for the Bitcoin price. Mostly sideways consolidation with perhaps one more push to the upside before more of a pullback. But obviously if the price starts breaking below this important level just here at around 47.4K approximately, if we start breaking down towards around 47,000, then that is how you know that we're already beginning the next bearish price action. And if that's the case, we have all of these moving averages just here. We have the 50-day simple moving average, the 200-day simple moving average, and the 50-day exponential moving average. Now, these moving averages are mostly coming in at around 46,000 down towards around 45,500 US dollars. And now just quickly checking out the Bitcoin order books across all of these exchanges just here to see if all of these orders actually back up that analysis. And they do, because as you can see here, looking at the buy orders to the downside, we've got a lot of buy orders right at around 46,000 US dollars, which is once again where those moving averages were coming into the downside. If we do break to the downside, there are a lot of buy orders there to help support the Bitcoin price. And now looking at sell orders to the upside, the majority of the sell orders just here are coming in at around 49,000, just below 49,000, which is pretty much exactly where that golden pocket is once again. So this will act as resistance for the Bitcoin price to the upside. Now taking a quick look at the Bitcoin funding rates on exchanges, as you can see here, right now they are still looking a little bit negative in some cases, but for the most part, they have flipped a little bit more positive compared to where they were yesterday at least. So this is a result of perhaps some of those short positions that we were talking about yesterday here on the channel getting squeezed out of the markets as the price continued to head higher. And of course, as these funding rates are in negative, that is how you know that the short positions are paying the long positions. So there's that extra pressure of holding a short position when the funding rates are negative. So once again, right now they are more positive than where they were yesterday, but we still have a couple negative funding rates here and also in some of these altcoins as well. So there are still some short positions left to squeeze out of the market with perhaps one more move to the upside before we see a little bit more bearish price action. Now taking a quick look at the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index, right now there's really not much to talk about because we've got yet another neutral day, just like what we were seeing yesterday. So there's really nothing new here to add. For the brand new viewers on the channel that missed my Bitcoin update video that I posted yesterday on the channel, definitely check that one out because I went into a little bit more detail about this crypto fear and greed index. And yeah, once again, nothing really has changed since where we were just yesterday. And also when you're looking at the bigger timeframes like the 12-hour, the daily, the 3-day chart, all of the technical analysis that I provided in yesterday's Bitcoin update video for the bigger timeframes is still relevant and is still valid on these charts just here because of course within 24 hours you're not really going to see a change on the 3-day time frame, for example. So once again, for the new viewers on the channel, after you finish watching this video, definitely check out my last Bitcoin update video that I posted yesterday, simply because I want to keep these update videos quick for the subscribers out there and pretty much provide you new information in every single video. And as always, if you want to get these extra trade signals and all of these extra updates in real time throughout the day, definitely check out my Twitter. The link to my Twitter is in the description down below, alongside a trading tutorial video that I made around a month ago. That is linked in the description, and the first link in the description will take you to the platform that I use to trade. But anyway, that's just about everything I have to say for this video. It was just a quick Bitcoin update video letting you guys know exactly what I'm seeing in the charts right now. And my Bitcoin strategy hasn't really changed since the last few days as well. So if you enjoyed the video or got something valuable out of this video, make sure to drop a like down below. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe with notifications turned on so that you're not missing out on any of these future uploads. And also considering the fact that right now the crypto market is showing some amazing opportunities, there's never been a better time to share these videos around with your friends, and there's seriously never been a better time to stay active in these markets. And I really do appreciate all of your support, especially if you guys are sharing these videos around. It really helps with the growth of this channel, and it also helps crypto investors overall push towards mass adoption. But anyway, that's just about everything I have to say for this video. Once again, I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next video.